Good morning, my loves. I am currently back in the UK, so welcome to another vlog. It's been a minute, to say the least. I have a pretty busy 2 weeks, hectic 2 weeks. So I arrived yesterday morning. Jet lag is okay currently. I slept okay last night. But we are driving this morning very excitedly to Birmingham because I'm speaking at PerformX at the NEC tomorrow. So I'm delivering a talk on women's physiology and the cost of that for fitness businesses. So I am taking you along. We are a very miserable freaking UK right now. Let me see if I can show you. This is the current situation. So there are no palm trees, guys. There's no palm trees, there's no BGS coffee. We are back for the British weather and we are gonna have a great time. And yeah, about an hour and a half drive to Birmingham. That is Luton's airport pathway above us. But yeah, let's get this show on the road. I have coffee and we might make a stop to get some more on the way. Let's see if I can make it through to the evening because I am meeting Jen's, the team at March On and Gym Owners Network and all of the team there for dinner later on, and I'm going to go see them all at the stand, and yeah, we're going to have a great time. We have arrived. We are going to head to the halls, whatever we're calling it, see what the crack is, see if we can attend some of the talks this morning. Took a little bit longer to get here, honestly. Do you know what? I'm impressed with my driving skills. First of all, I'm jet lagged to hell and I've not driven over 2 hours in the UK for a long time. So M1, no. Already spilt coffee on me, so the fit's ruined. But you know what? We're just gonna vibe. Pure vibes and caffeine today, so I do need to go find myself a second coffee. And yeah, wait, am I walking in the right direction? Everything's so big. Okay, I'll check in with you in a bit. Let's go.
Around the fact that you're working too hard, that you're working on the wrong things, and you really want to get some time back, and you don't know how. So it's like, let me help you with that. The next one is, we need more money to do cool things. Some of you might have a relationship with money where it's like, you know, I really care about my clients, and I don't want to be seen to be greedy or whatever. Like, I get that, that's fine. And then for others, it's like, I can't take my kids on a family holiday because I can't afford it. I can't buy a new rower because it's broken. I can't, like, that's not cool. Like, I want to help you if that's where you are. And then one that's really important to me because I've been there is build a business that you love. Because I've been at a place where I walked into my gym back in 2016 and I was like, what the fuck have I done? I hate this place. Like, my dream, my baby, and I hate walking in here. And I had to turn that around. So that's what I'm going to go through today, and I hope it's super valuable for you. So there's a few iterations of words that I'm going to say that hopefully just meets you where you're at, that hopefully you can take with you today. Structure beats hustle, clarity beats chaos, and leadership beats luck. This is how the pro gym operator works. This is how they show up in every single day today. You didn't start a gym for this. Like I said, you didn't start a gym to help more people.
give something and they can give you something, and actually there doesn't need to be a monetary value crossover. You can immerse yourself into those worlds. One of the things that springs to mind there is April last year we did the run with Free Soul in London. Gab Boston for us as well. Free Soul, very new world for us, female protein, electrolytes, all that jazz. Very, very new to us, obviously, because 247 is still kind of new to this world. So working with those guys, and we had about, top of my head, I think we had about 250, maybe 200 all-female runners here. But that's because we built a relationship with a partner that is in that market already, got the credibility already. Know they want us to kind of amplify that. You know, our social following definitely helps. The core trust signals of our athletes and everything else definitely helps. But it was a nice exchange. It was a fair exchange. So
Okay, we are checked in to our Premier Inn for the night. I thought I would give you a quick debrief before I go to dinner with the rest of the team later. Just thought, checked in, chill out, gonna make a cup of tea in a second. Love a Premier Inn setup. And yeah, such an amazing day of just listening to mainly women. I just wanted to attend all the women's talks because I think to see a woman on stage talking about holding more space for us, women's physiology, our bodies within the fitness space is just such a huge win, because I think we've been battling that a long time. And one thing I really noticed, and I don't know if this is a weird conversation, is the lack of colour. And I think coming from Bali, and I'm reflecting on myself wearing all black today, I think maybe it's like a more professional thing, but I'm just so used to seeing colour, and I'm annoyed at myself that, for me personally, I don't know if I'm just exaggerating here, but to be in a sea of like just black, beige, maybe a bit of a nude colour, I really feel like colour is a representation of women, that it's some form of like self-expression for us. And I felt like my femininity within that space, in that conference of seeing just so many people walking around in black, was really weird as an observation. And I don't know if this is a rogue thought or not, but I felt like I needed to do better and I needed to wear some colour. There was one woman in a pink suit, and I think she stood out so much in such a good way, and I saw so many people speak to her and talk about her suit. But I was just like, that's such a weird observation for me to have, is the lack of colour in that room. And I just had such deja vu of walking in there from Body Power Days, because it's the NEC and because I went there every year for maybe 2 to 3 years. When I was like 21, guys, like that was like Steve Cook had an army of people around him as they walked through the crowd. It was everyone in fake tans on stages. It was so many protein bars that you just felt sick. And it was just like complete deja vu of that chapter of my life, being now 14 years on from then. So yeah, it was a bit of reminiscence and like a familiarity of the environment, just being here in Birmingham. So I really enjoyed listening to the women talk, especially the excitement within the women's discussion panel about menopause and perimenopause. It just given me a lot of encouragement and belief that there were more people in that women's health panel talk, or women in fitness panel talk, than the Represent talk that went on as a brand. I thought it was very interesting because I was conscious they were running over in time a little bit, and I love listening to the women, and they were in the Q&A section, and the Represent panel about brand and talking about the brand was on in the main stage. So I left and went into main stage, and there just wasn't that many people there. And I don't know if it was because of the timing. It was later on in the day, the afternoon. Maybe there's going to be more people there tomorrow. But it was just an interesting observation how many people were willing, ready, hungry for the conversation around women's health and menopause and perimenopause and hormones, and championing that, and then walking into a space that psychologically I thought there would be a lot of people there. Like, wow, that's a development that I didn't see coming. And I'm so happy that that was the case. And I'm proud of myself for asking a question in the Represent talk. Like, it's the main stage, and there's a lot of capacity for seats. And I wanted to ask Gabriella, the female athlete, the only female on that stage. There was 3 men and Gabriella. And, well, 3 men? Yeah, 3 men, 3 men including the speaker, and then, no, 1, okay, 3 men. Basically, I wanted to ask her what she felt from the brand's perspective they were doing well to support women and to highlight women and to champion women. And she made some really good points on how included she is on the women's clothing development and the line, and that she gets sent samples and she'd be on team calls with the teams. And it was really encouraging to hear that she has a voice there. And I'm so pleased that as a brand that's the case, because you never really know, right? From the outside, they're relatively new into the women's clothing section of things, and as a lover of the brand and George and the team at 247 and Represent, I really wanted to understand whether that was just a bit of something they're emerging into as a male-dominated brand, and, you know, 2 brothers starting it, how included women were in the conversation at this point, because the brand is huge. I've seen a lot of George's vlogs and how many women are already employed there and on the team and in positions and roles. So that was already encouraging, and I knew that the response is going to be positive. Obviously, it's going to be positive. She works for them. But I'm really pleased to hear that she's a part in the development of the women's clothing, and that she has a voice and a space within that as a high-performing athlete. And it's not just like smoke and mirrors. Let's put a woman and an athlete on the stage just for representation. Like, obviously she was there to represent the brand, but I was just encouraged by her response to my question. And I was proud of myself for putting my hand up, because as much as I am have the ability to be extroverted, even there's that like, ooh, when you get handed the mic and you want to say a question and you're wondering how it comes across, like, yeah, that's quite scary. So, very great day. I'm running off caffeine and vibes and hopefully steak in T-minus an hour's time. But yeah, jet lagged to hell. I'm very tired. I am really looking forward to my talk tomorrow. I'm honestly, not a single part of me is scared about doing the public speaking. I am terrified about the fact that it's 45 minutes long. That is giving me anxiety, the fact that I need to cut my speech and make it 45 minutes. I wasn't quite aware of that. I thought it was going to be an hour. I'm not going to lie to you. So that's causing me great concern. Okay, I'm going to think about that. I'm going to go eat, and then I'm going to maybe just watch a vlog, chill out, enjoy my Premier Inn room, have a bath, guys, have a cup of tea. This is so exciting. I'm just so happy to be here. And yeah, I will see you for day 2 of PerformX tomorrow. We are currently walking to get steak, and we are all very hungry. Look how pretty Birmingham is. Oh wow, look.
What did you score? 6? 16.
Wow.
vlogging it.
I am.
Who said that?
Motherfucker. You got it. You got the 3. That's my partner. She must have been there before. Yeah, she just knows what she was doing. She was like going to the ticket machine. She's been there before.
My sister is a brunette. My sister's a brunette. I grew up here.
That makes a lot of sense.
That's why I can do a good accent.